Hello again, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for October 17th, 2025. Hope you all have had an excellent week out there in the financial markets. And as always, we're here to take a look at the most recent VantagePoint AI predictive forecast. So if you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and click the link down in the description below and get signed up for a live demonstration. And you can learn all the specifics about how these predictive indicators and technologies are helping traders make much better trading decisions out in the marketplace. Now, we'll go ahead and start out with shares of Intuitive Machines. Really good example of how all of these predictive tools work together. And so what we're looking at here is daily bars and candles, right? So each one of the candles on the screen there, that's going to represent a full and complete trading day. And it's right up against that price data that what will stand out is that there is a black line and also a blue line value. And so the black line that you're seeing there is actually a simple moving average. So this is a very common technical analysis indicator. In this instance, what it does is just look back over the previous 10 closes and it'll add those all together and then divide by that number. And so VantagePoint traders are able to use that as a baseline, right? Letting us just smooth out the existing price action, letting us know where market prices have been. But obviously traders want to be ahead of the next move in the marketplace. And so what VantagePoint traders are able to do is compare that, what we might call a lagging or actual moving average, to this VantagePoint proprietary predicted moving average. And so we can think of this as a future price. It's going to get calculated and plotted on the chart every evening. But whenever we see this blue line value move above the black line value, what's suggesting that these average prices are going to start moving higher. And as long as that remains the case, as long as that blue line remains above the black line, we expect the overall trend to continue higher. And we see this market, since we get that forecast coming through, we actually had a rally of about 67%. We've come off a little bit over the past couple of days. But when we really round out the entirety of these predictive indicators, it can help traders adapt to these shifting market conditions. And so at the very bottom of the chart, you'll notice this bar that'll go from green to red and back to green. And this indicator is also utilizing that neural network technology, but it's tuned to solve a different problem in this case, really just short-term strength or weakness over the next couple of trading days or 48 hours. So you're getting this combination of the overall trend in combination with the predicted high or neural index here. So a 48-hour prediction of strength or weakness in the market. And lastly, you're provided a predicted range. So a predicted high and a predicted low before each and every trading day. And so this is where things get pretty exciting, where when we go ahead and look at how accurate are all of those predictions against the actual market data, right? You'll notice here that we have a new predicted high and low range that will eventually fill in with the actual market data, and we'll see how accurate that predicted high and predicted low is. But when traders can identify a new opportunity and use these levels to establish a position, that really helps traders pinpoint their entry and make the most of these trading opportunities. And so you'll see here, even as we get this big expansion in the range, this really blow off top here, you see that we move down to this predicted low. The next trading day, it's actually telling you, hey, expect the range to go higher. You get this really strong move. And the software does a great job of adapting. Notice how the ranges are getting larger, really to accommodate for that volatility coming into the market. So really exciting move there in shares of Intuitive Machines. And there's just been a lot of really great opportunities spread throughout the marketplace. You see about a 50 or 60% move until more recently, where we're starting to see some weakness spread out throughout the market. Now, one of those areas where there's been pretty persistent strength is in the gold market. So there's a lot of different gold mining stocks are doing extremely well. Here in Centerra Gold, same exact approach, right? We have that blue line and the black line, all of these individual daily candles representing a full trading day. And what's interesting about this is we can look back and say, okay, well, how accurate again are all of those predicted high and low levels? So once you identify that the trend is up, well, you can make sure that you're taking those bullish positions over this 75% rally over the past 40 trading days and using those daily updated tools like the predicted highs and lows to establish a position. So again, we see as this move gets started, moves down towards these predicted lows, pretty much within the next trading day, you're seeing that trend continue higher and shares go up more and more. You see days like this where sometimes this happens through a weekend where you come through, move down to a predicted low, and then the uptick and the market starts moving higher once again here, really starting to see some gaps in the chart, some very aggressive pushes in price. So really exciting move there, whether you trade gold miner shares, whether you trade the gold, the commodity itself. VantagePoint produces some highly accurate forecasts here. You see about a 73% rally in the past 40 trading days. Now, tech stocks have also done really well. Here's Ciena Corporation. Really nice example of some of these tools getting bullish before earnings. So we see a lot of that strength coming into the market, a little bit of weakness over the subsequent 48 hours, but pretty much a perfect forecast as far as the overall trend. Neural index bullish, and we get all that noise around earnings. And what the software is really good at is adapting, right? Understanding that, okay, well, there's been a huge move because of that volatility catalyst around earnings. And then the software does a great job of pinpointing those predicted highs and lows so traders can keep trading and navigating that market effectively. And so again, you see here getting that big move, then the software doing a good job of saying, okay, well, where are some places of value to establish a position if you want to get on the bullish side of the market. And you see shares doing extremely well here in shares of Ciena Corporation. This is actually a stock that did really well coming out of that April bottom and has pretty much just continued higher. See about an 84% rally here in the past 35 trading days. Now, there is some weakness spread out throughout the market. So we looked at Home Depot and Reddit a couple of weeks ago. Here's Intercontental Exchange. And so when we don't have markets in an uptrend, when we see with these previous examples, well, markets can go down as well. And we want to be aware of where are those areas in the market where we're seeing that weakness. So you can either hedge the portfolio or just avoid those markets altogether. Here you see ICE down with that predicted moving average moving below the actual moving average. Again, you'll get these periods where the neural index goes bullish, and you tend to get sort of sideways price action or retracement over the next couple of trading days. But as long as that blue line remains below the black line, well, you'd expect the overall trend to continue lower. And so here we see in this case, shares down about 16 and with 17% now in the past 47 trading days, going into potentially some more market volatility and weakness here. And again, these predicted highs and lows pretty much every day getting a new level that says, okay, well, if you want to come into this market, look to exploit the bearish side, where's some advantageous price levels to take a position. We see even just this past week, what would have been Monday and Tuesday, moving up towards the predicted high, and then that downward trend continuing to persist and play out. Lastly here, financials. We see Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, a lot of these stocks starting to turn lower. And so we want to keep a close eye on this throughout the financial space. And here in regions, we see very clearly blue line below the black line. Again, these neural index sort of periods where you get that bounce for a couple of trading days, but there's a lot of separation now between that predicted moving average and the actual moving average. And of course, when we take this down to the intraday level, well, you've got these clearly defined levels that say, okay, all you'd want to be doing here, shorting, taking profits on shorts, or getting out of long positions if you have any of those still within the portfolio. Very clearly, this market moving into a downtrend. You see about 6 opportunities here. Get on the bearish side of the market and shares continue to go lower. So we'll see how much of this persists if it starts to spread out throughout the broader market here. Certainly some signs of volatility. And so you want to be a little bit careful, I think, going through the next couple of trading weeks, down about 13% here in shares of regions and very clearly still in that downtrend. So we'll go ahead and leave it there for today. Once again, this has been the Hot Stocks Outlook for October 17th, 2025. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck out there, and bye for now.